I'm titling this video, Most Heterosexual People Are Decepticons. I also can say most heterosexual people are followers. They follow the crowd. Most heterosexual people don't think for themselves, and many of them are very troubled people. I've been around heterosexual people all my life. I identify as a lesbian, and I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, I would just talk about my experience as a lesbian Black woman, and it never failed. There would be someone who would leave a comment, and it was a person who let me know they were heterosexual, and they would always say very insidious, cruel things. For example, they would say homosexuals are going to hell, and they would make comments like, "I hate gay people. Get off of YouTube." Of course, these people have been reported and blocked. It just proved to me what I always knew anyway, because see, I have a quote and I say, social media is a microcosm of the real world, end quote. You heard it from me, Giselle Wallace. And what I mean by that is we have social media now where you can go online, log into your own social media account, and you can view content day and night. You can leave comments or you can read comments. You can reply to comments, and you will learn a lot about people and how they operate just by observation. And you are actually seeing how people really think. It's not anything that is deceptive. People can be very deceptive. However, when you're online, people are not hiding what they really think and feel, but they will hide their face because they don't want to be exposed. Most of them will never reveal their true name. And if anybody does have a photo, there's a lot of people who will use other people's pictures and pretend like they're really a real person, but they're hiding. They're Decepticons. And what they'll do is they'll get online and they'll unleash all of their hatred, all of their bigotry, all of their insecurities, and they'll just attack people. That's why they call it cyberbullying. These same people you see every day walking around in the real world. It's just when people are around other people in the real world, they will act very differently depending on the setting and depending on who they are with and who they are not with. Because in the real world, gay people see how heterosexual people are and how they act when they're alone, when they are in a group, and also in different settings and environments. The reason why heterosexual people do this is because heterosexual people, they are followers, they are Decepticons. They just do what everybody else tells them to do. They're conformists. They're not people who think for themselves. They don't believe that they can find out information on their own. They wait for someone to tell them everything, and they just believe it at first hand. They don't do their own research. They don't do their own investigation. They just allow someone who they consider to be a leader to feed them all of this information. And most of the information is junk. Most of the information is propaganda and lies. And they take on the information and they accept it as truth. And in many cases, this is how it is when it comes to heterosexual people believing that they're the only sexual orientation that exists. They're the only normal people, and that they're the only people who are allowed to have relationships such as marriage and having children. And they have a very heteronormative view of everything in life. They don't think about other people who live different lives. And different doesn't mean wrong or inferior. And so you have all of these heterosexual people who are just living according to what they've been told to do.